the yellow-bellied slider, the peninsula cooter. So they are taking. You'll notice there are 8. So there are 7 turtle species sea turtle species in the world. Babies hatch, and people see them on the dunes and think turtle. They pick them up and they throw them in the ocean, where they immediately drown. You just killed an entire nest of a protected species.
They had a sign. We were at
Plastic products. This is a big one. Plastic bags. You see the difference. Turtles don't. Jellyfish, plastic bag. They look the same. Balloons. I know that they've banned balloons in a lot of our coastal parks nowadays. But reusable straws. My friend has these metal straws. I don't know if maybe some of you may have seen that video that was going viral a couple of years ago of some rehabbers that were pulling a straw out of a turtle's nose. It was a really brutal video. Yeah, I do not in any way, shape, or form endorse having a turtle as a pet. And respected sea turtle nest as well. There's markers out there giving us to do this with some wild tortoises end up actually killing the animal because it cracked their shell. The person was too heavy for the turtle and actually cracked their shell. So just be aware of wildlife laws. Do. Be part of the solution, not the demand. Be very careful in the Caribbean where you can still get sea turtle parts as souvenirs. And then in China, this is something absolutely abhorrent that they're doing in China. They're taking live animals, sealing them in plastic bags and selling them as keychains, where they slowly suffocate in their own feces and urine and things like that. It's buying them and create. And then support conservation efforts. If you see something, say something. So we found them in the parking lot. There was about 6 of them, and they were being eaten alive by fire ants. So we grabbed them and brought them into my lab. 2 of them died, unfortunately, did not make it. But the rest of them, I spent about an hour with a pair of tweezers plucking fire ants off their tiny little bodies. They're about this big. They were so cute. So that's everything that makes it. We've got so many species, and they come in many sizes. So this is the spectacle, and they also come in many habitats. We can find turtles from the oceans to the deserts. There are 13 families, 75 genera, and 356 species of turtles that we know about in the world. In North America, we have about 56 species of turtles. Right here in Florida, we've got 26 species of turtles just in our state. So when you hear the word turtle and you hear the word tortoise, the shells, like I said earlier, the shells are made of flattened, I don't know what I'm doing here. Okay. The shells are made of flattened ribs that your fingernails and your hair. Not all turtles in the world are hard-shelled, though. Any other hard-shelled turtle diving down that deep, the pressure of the water, of the ocean, will crack their shells and it will kill them. But these guys have that soft shell and is able to withstand that pressure of diving that deep. So that's why they have those soft shells. Beaks. Turtles have beaks. They do not have teeth. The beak, much like a bird, the beak is about this big. Somehow got a hold of a great egret, drowned it, and ate it. Shell turtles are known for being pretty aggressive, so they can get a hold of, I guess, whatever suits their fancy, right? And straight out of a horror movie. Check out these bad boys. This is an alligator snapping turtle. They have an enormous bite force. Depending on temperature determines whether or not they'll be male or female. So warmer nests will produce females, cooler nests will produce males. And to help you remember that, we have this little saying with the little kids. We say, ladies, we're hot. Boys, you're cool. Alright? So with alligators, it's the opposite. Crocodilians have the opposite. It's hotter boys, cooler girls. Boys and girls in the nests are trying to do some gender studies with these sea turtles. They're finding we're seeing more and more female sea turtles. Why?
The ocean's getting warmer.
What?
The ocean's getting warmer.
The ocean, the beaches, climate change. is having an effect on sea turtle populations. And we are seeing this happening right now. We're seeing more females hatching out of these nests than males. So it's not only rising ocean temperatures and rising air temperatures with climate change, but also our effect that we have when we renourish those beaches with sand that's darker in color. So these three things combined, we are seeing a larger population of female turtles than males, which we don't know what kind of impact this will have on the future of sea turtle populations. Without the boys, yeah, you get the oldest living tortoise that's still alive today. His name is Jonathan, and he lives down on a little island off the coast of Africa. He is 183 years old. And he's still ticking. He's got cataracts, he's blind, he's lost his sense of smell, but he's still ticking. 183 years old. That's crazy. Do you have a question?
Yeah.
We don't really know how it's the oldest capacity of a sea turtle. We believe they can live to be over 100 years old. We haven't found one yet. However, we do know that these little sea turtles, when they leave the beach, they hatch out of their nest and they leave the beach and they head out to the Sargasso Sea. So here we are in Florida. They head out here. This is just like a swirling mass of seaweed. It's called Sargasso weed, and it just kind of swirls around out there. They hang out there for 20 years. It takes green sea turtles 20 years to become sexually mature and come back to the same beach where they hatched and lay their own eggs. So that's another problem. Their lifespan, the way their lifespan works on. They're considered a keystone species. So a keystone species is an animal that's so important to its ecosystem that if you kill them all, it will cause complete ecosystem collapse. These guys, their burrows, provide homes for more than 360 different species of wildlife. So that's a huge amount of wildlife that depends on them and their burrows. Without the golden tortoises, these other populations will decline, and we are seeing this because there's not a lot of places left in Florida where these tortoises can dig their homes. They need sandy areas that are not going to flood, and that's easy for them to dig in, and we don't have a lot of those left. So we're also seeing other, so they're very, very protected. Box turtles nest in the spring and summer. This little guy is pretty cool. They have a hinged shell. So they're plastron down here on the bottom. That right there is a hinge. And look, they close it up completely, and they can completely seal their bodies inside their shells, both front and back.